Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving deep into a fascinating topic. How much pain can a human really endure? This question has intrigued scientists, psychologists, and even everyday people for centuries. From the physical limits of the body to the emotional and psychological aspects of suffering, we're going to explore various experiments and theories that help us understand the depths of human pain tolerance. But before we jump in, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to stay updated with our weekly videos. Now let's get started. 1. The Stanford Prison Experiment. First, let's talk about one of the most famous psychological experiments. The Stanford Prison Experiment conducted in 1971 by Dr. Philip Zimbardo. This experiment was not initially designed to study pain, but it revealed something equally chilling about human endurance. Zimbardo assigned participants to roles as either guards or prisoners in a simulated prison environment. The guards were given power over the prisoners, and soon, this power dynamic led to severe emotional and psychological suffering. The guards began to use abusive tactics, pushing the prisoners to the limit of their psychological endurance. Though no physical pain was directly inflicted, the mental toll was immense, showing just how quickly power and authority can break down a person's ability to endure suffering. This experiment highlighted how psychological pain can be just as overwhelming as physical pain, and sometimes even more so. 2. The Milgram Experiment. Next, we move to another famous experiment, the Milgram Experiment in 1961. Designed by psychologist Stanley Milgram, this experiment looked at obedience to authority and revealed some shocking truths about human behavior under stress. Participants were instructed to administer electric shocks to someone, who, in reality, was just an actor, whenever they answered a question incorrectly. What's startling is that many participants continued to administer shocks, even as the supposed victims screamed in agony. This showed how far people are willing to go in inflicting pain when directed by authority, challenging the very idea of how much human beings can endure without breaking moral boundaries. This experiment didn't just test physical endurance. It tested the limits of human empathy and the moral pain of causing suffering. 3. The Cold Pressor Test. Now let's switch gears and talk about a more direct approach, the cold pressor test. This is one of the most common ways scientists measure physical pain tolerance. In this test, participants submerge their hands into ice-cold water, and the researchers measure how long they can bear the pain before pulling their hands out. The results can vary significantly from person to person. Some can tolerate the cold for just a few seconds, while others can go on for minutes. This test has been instrumental in understanding pain thresholds and how individual factors like stress levels or even emotional state can affect pain tolerance. It's a simple yet effective method to explore human resilience in the face of pain. 4. Pain tolerance in endurance sports. Now, let's look at a real-world application: pain tolerance in endurance sports. From ultramarathons to intense cycling races, athletes regularly push their bodies to the limit. In these extreme events, participants endure excruciating physical pain, often continuing long past the point where a normal person would have given up. Research into this phenomenon has shown that physical conditioning and mental resilience play key roles in increasing pain tolerance. Endurance athletes train their bodies not only to withstand the physical stress but also to overcome the mental barriers that tell them to stop. This kind of training helps athletes endure pain for longer periods, sometimes even learning to embrace the pain rather than shy away from it. 5. Psychological resilience. Lastly, let's talk about psychological resilience, the ability of a person to recover from mental or emotional suffering. Research has shown that resilience is one of the most important factors in how people cope with pain. Those who have developed strong coping mechanisms, whether through therapy, life experiences, or personal training, often have a higher pain tolerance. For example, some studies have shown that people who practice mindfulness or meditation are able to reduce their perception of pain. They don't necessarily feel less pain, but their response to it is altered, allowing them to endure it more effectively. This is a fascinating area of study because it shows that pain tolerance is not just about the body. It's also deeply connected to the mind. So, to answer the question, how much pain can humans endure? The answer isn't simple. It depends on a multitude of factors, including psychological resilience, physical conditioning, and even the presence of authority. While some people can endure extreme physical pain, others might struggle with emotional suffering. Ultimately, human pain tolerance is a complex and multifaceted phenomenon, deeply rooted in both the body and the mind.